The ancient philosopher Plato once had a philosophy of forms. He thought that in heaven there were perfect forms that we on earth would aspire to create. If we tried to make the perfect table, we would try our best because we were inspired by the form of a table that was in the heavenly places. And same thing with a chair. If we were looking at a chair, we were trying to build the best and most perfect chair, but we never could quite reach it because the perfect one already existed in the heavenly places. At least that's how I thought it worked. Hey, my name is Habanero Sauce, and thank you for watching. Before we get going, I do want to offer that I would like to tour an organization. What I would like to do is just go into your org, show you off. The negative organization drama has been bumming me out, and I'd like to show how good organizations can be. So please hit me up and I'll get you the details for what I have in store. I know I talked about the perfect form of a chair and all that, but I believe that organizations in this game really do make a difference. Where the forms and the talk of forms comes in is that I believe that there's a potential great combination of teamwork and leadership and knowledge that creates a well-run organization. And the purpose for this video is to share my own experience for what I have been able to find would be a good route for someone to structure their organization. There are many different ways that people organize their organizations. There are people that have backgrounds in the military or in business, or maybe you just have a group of friends, or you just want to start a role play because you are so into sci-fi, or maybe just maybe you are a future or a current content creator and you're trying to structure your community to help you out. See, my background is not in any of these things. My background is that I work with non-profits. Why a nonprofit is pertinent in something like this is nonprofits bring people in for little to no personal gain. They run on volunteerism, and one that is well run, the leadership is able to rally people to come back week after week to do something for themselves or for others. There is no personal gain really that's in a nonprofit. They are service based. In this game, in Star Citizen, I think it's safe to say that there's oftentimes, unless you're a content creator, not much that the player gets out of it other than a fun experience. And with all the different things that have been going on lately, poorly ran organizations can create a bitter taste in someone's mouth and make them not want to come back to this potentially great game. The ability to bring people back to something that doesn't bring them any gain is very handy. But I don't come at this with a state of pride. This is just my take. On the RSI website, there is a section that seems to be rarely used. This is the organizations tab. If you look on this, you can see the leaderboards in different ways, which one is more active, which one has the more members. But you can also look at how many organizations there are. If you just hit the search button, you will see that there are over 70,000 organizations. And if you filter it to just small organizations, you will find that there are over 35,000 small organizations. That means less than 10 players. Over half the organizations in the game have less than 10 players. This is my first point before you consider starting an org. Consider this first. Is there an org that already fits the playstyle with what I may fit in? You don't need to start an org if one already exists completing your game loop. Who knows? Maybe you are the missing puzzle piece that another org needs. Maybe their leadership is just missing one more person on their team and you could be it. Maybe you want to bring yourself and some friends into an already structured community so that you can hit the ground running with fun events and fun time. And the startup cost, the startup time, and maybe the potential burnout might not be something you want to risk. So first, go to this organization page, search through the filters, explore a little bit, and find an org that fits what you think you're in for. This doesn't just have to be about starting orgs either. If you are in an org and you are feeling like you don't fit in there, you don't have to stay. Even if you are a leader and you've been putting time and effort into this organization, you don't have to stay there. Don't let a bad group experience ruin what could be a really fun game to you. But if you are committed to it, let's take the next step. Figure out your vision. When building a house, you start building from the foundation up. But if you ever talk to a contractor, those who actually build houses, you plan from the roof down. If your goal, the thing that you're striving towards, isn't set up right, no amount of foundation or building can help you. It will end up off in the end. What is the vision of your potential or your organization? Is it just for friends? Then all you need to do is invite your friends, and you don't need to watch the rest of this video. You have an organization of just your friends, and that's a great way to experience the game. If you're a content creator, where your goal is ultimately to build a community around you and your brand, then your success is your goal. For me, I wanted to build a community where anyone could do PvP gameplay. I dream of someday flying the big fleet ships and commanding squadrons upon squadrons of other players and potentially winning an entire fleet battle. Industrial, commercial, piracy, security, all these are parts of the whole, a way to live out this vision. But without the vision, these things are just game loops. You don't need 1 million people to mine a rock. Of course, out of your vision comes your name and your history and your mission statement. For example, my org, the Ragtag Mercs, we believe anyone, regardless of skill, time, or money in game, can become a mercenary. Blood for some, money for all. Everything you need to know about my org is in those 3 sentences. I won't coach you too much on what you should name your org or how you should structure your mission statement or where your history is, but I am interested in hearing all of the good things about yours. So please leave a comment below about what your favorite organization name is. Now that you have your vision and your name, you need to build a team. John Maxwell has 4 points in building a team. I will sum it up here. Gather, place, communicate, and equip. The first is gather. Gather the right people. When you pick the wrong people, internal conflicts, absence of trust, and the lack of accountability runs amok. I am sure you have seen a lot of organization drama floating around Star Citizen, and a lot of it rests on poor choices here. When you don't gather the right people, poor things happen. If the organization is a recipe you are trying to cook, then the team you create are the ingredients. The second is place. When you have gathered the right team, it does nothing if they aren't placed in a position to win. Each team member has talent, something they bring to the team. It is okay that each are different. Consensus is actually really boring. A house isn't just made up of sticks standing straight up, but many different parts, all contributing to the structural integrity. You need people with talents, networking, recruitment, marketing, leadership, etc. You need to have the ability to find the strengths in your people. Thirdly, communicate. You need to communicate the vision. Team members constantly need a reminder of why they're doing what they're doing. It's funny that we talk about it like it's a big deal. It's just a video game thing. You aren't helping the homeless or feeding orphans, but you are playing together. It's very similar to meeting with your bros at the gym or hanging out at the bowling alley. But this is something people can genuinely care about, and it's good to remind them that the work is going towards something. And the fourth thing is equip. This is where I say video games makes a unique turn. In the business world, you can hire who you want, and who you don't want, you can send away. And the incentive for qualified individuals is the pay. But in the gaming environment, there is no pay. You will get people who are not qualified. This is where you equip them with the tools they need to win where you place them. Think of it this way: instead of always needing to build a team, sometimes you need to cultivate it. Delegation is useful here. A good rule of thumb is to delegate to 80% of your potential capacity, because 80% of your capacity is their zeros, and who knows what their 100 will be. When you delegate, you give that person the ability to succeed well. But take note, you are also giving them and equipping them to fail, and you need to be okay with that. There is a phrase that I love to use, and that is that expectations make great relationships. When expectations aren't communicated very well to the team that you've just built, it has the potential to crumble. But that will all be in my next video, so look forward to that. And if you want to get notified when that video comes out, please subscribe below. In addition, if you want to see what organization content looks like, I play with my organization every single time that I stream. So please go to my stream at twitch.tv/habanerosauce. Maybe join in on the fun. I'm excited to see you there. Hey, this game is a great place to escape, but your life is a great place to live. So be there or be square, because if you aren't there, no one will see you around.